Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome. Thank you for being here. There's going to be a general read from what we're dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel at Val53 Tarot Teacher Review as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Interesting. Ooh, I say interesting, and right away the devil shows up, Sagittarius. Heads up, because this is towards you, and there's the tower on top of the deck kind of looming over it. Impending doom. Right away, very similar to who Aries was asking about or dealing with. Same energy, by the way. Here's the Three of Swords. Okay, so just kind of jumping into this because that's pretty severe, actually. From the Devil to the Three of Swords, it's kind of like saying, well, the devil broke your heart. No surprise. Jumping into this, though, I do feel as if there are addictions, substances, and vices, and I am definitely looking at an escapist mentality. This is someone who uses whatever, substances or vices or addictions to make things a little bit easier for themselves. Now, what is going on here between the two of you? Because for some reason, whatever this is, um, they have some lenses on, or let's just say they're kind of viewing the situation perspective between the two of you with a filter. It's sort of like, it can make things look better. It can make things look worse. It can warp the entire picture or photograph, or it can actually enhance it. Whatever's going on, though, initially, it's kind of like they're playing with like these glasses, either sunglasses or maybe reading spectacles, whatever it is, and they're viewing you. And they're viewing you through all these different lenses and all these different perspectives. And for some reason, I'm also looking at the world card. I'm not going to show it based off the images, but something here between the two of you, they're kind of like, whatever. Let me do what I got to do, smile it off, smile and wave. Some sort of closure here is happening or taking place between the two of you. I don't know what that is. They're choosing, unfortunately, to kind of save face around you while this closure happens. It's kind of like, for example, when you, I don't know, randomly cross paths with an ex or something. It's like, how you doing? Great. Yeah, fine. You too. How you been? Yeah. And then you walk away and you're like, fuck, I can't fucking stand to see them. That's kind of how they're responding to this. I don't know what this is the two of you have been through. But that devil energy after this closure, that is not a good energy. That is like the little devil on their shoulder whispering some shit that clearly they are taking to heart. That's kind of interesting, though. You play around with that devil energy and you find out real quick. Like, hey, what the fuck? It's the same thing of like, you may like your alcohol, but your alcohol don't like you. You may like your you know what, but it's got something else planned in store for you moving forward. You may think it might be helpful or medicinal initially, but anything in excess becomes toxic. Are we back to that sweet tooth energy, Sagittarius? Imagine if you ate nothing but candy every single day. How your stomach would feel, how your brain would feel, how your health would be. Um, if you are dealing with someone who's in recovery or who has addictions, um, they themselves have to want to change themselves for themselves. It can't be kind of externally influenced or pressured, even though, you do have good, people do have good intentions of being like, hey, we want to surround you with love and support and kind of like let you know like how we all feel, we're all coming from, we care, we're concerned. But they themselves, the addict themselves, has to want to change and better themselves for themselves. It's an inside job. Healing is an inside job, in other words. I don't know necessarily where the situation or dynamic has gone or what has happened between the two of you. There's so much leftover energy, just kind of, they're floating, kind of like the movie It with the clown. It. We all float down here. Kind of like out of touch with reality a little bit, the imagination of children, the innocent, the pure. Um, I don't know why they're using escapism as a coping mechanism, but to each their own. Unfortunately, I gotta be honest. This looks like an addiction to lust. It is. It's an addiction to lust. They're using lust as a distraction from deeper wounds within themselves. There's some healing that needs to be done. But of course, that is entirely on them. Whether they choose to do that or not, unfortunately. They're kind of showing a little bit, they're kind of showing up a little bit reckless. They're showing up a little bit reckless, and there you are, Sagittarius. So once again, heads up. They're not showing you their true face. That means they're masking. They are masking around you. It's like what you see is not reality. It's an illusion. Kind of like a trickster energy, the Morrigan. There's a tower wanting to jump out. Okay, so energetically speaking, if they are, consuming substances, the trickster spirit, they're a trickster. So why is it that because your eyes are opened, why are they seeing that as problematic? You have eyes to see. They see that as problematic. They're like, oh, so what they're emphasizing, Sagittarius, is you see through their illusions and their tricks and their games. And now they're contemplating, what am I going to do about Sagittarius? Sagittarius knows too much. We'll see. Goodbye.